And in our continuing coverage now in the lead up to September's general election, we're pleased to welcome another candidate, Mr. Nick Crowe, to the studio. Probably best known for a successful career in sidecar racing, now set his sights on politics. He'll contest a seat in Ramsey next month. 45 years old, married with 4 children. His hobbies, racing, of course, reading up on politics, 20th century military history. Good morning, Mr. Crowe.
Morning.
You've said you're standing for Keys because you're always shouting over the other side of the fence, and that Manx politics requires a different approach. So where exactly do the changes need to be made, in your view?
The whole thing needs modernising. It needs to make people, politicians, hungry, to try and get the job done. We need to tackle, lots of different areas, cut the divide down between the rich and poor on the island, and various areas we need to tackle.
How would you envisage doing that, cutting the gap that you say between rich and poor?
There always seems to be one rule for one rule for the other. You get you got the tax cap, or that should be abolished altogether. There's various different things, that we need to tackle in that area.
You two areas you've identified for change are making the government more transparent and less PC, politically correct. Is this PC culture detrimental to politics?
Well, it seems that way, but you've only got to look at, you look at the UK, Brexit, and America. Everybody's voting with the pens, there's something going on somewhere, isn't there?
You've been, I think it's fair to say, known to make outspoken remarks in the past. You're entitled to your opinion, of course. Certainly in social media posts. I know in the past you've called for a ban on Islam in the West. You blamed a spike in crime on imported Pakistanis and Eastern Europeans, enabled by what you dubbed our gay government. Do you stand by those remarks?
Yeah, pretty much so, yeah. What I post, I'm pretty passionate about.
They could be seen to be homophobic or racist, of course, by some voters.
Yeah, well, if you're offended, everybody's entitled to their personal views. I feel fairly strongly about that. And the views that I post. I wouldn't post it if I didn't mean what I said.
What kind of politician would you be if you were successful on September the 22nd?
Absolutely ruthless. I think that's the way. I would dig out all the like I said the other day. I'd dig out all the deadwood. I'd make managers and stuff. And anybody over on £100,000 in government, I'd make them redundant, make them reapply for their jobs on different contractor roles.
Do you think you could do that legally?
Yeah, I think they did it with the bus drivers, didn't they? Make people hungry, make them work on bonus schemes, on far lesser salaries, and make them in different departments hungry. If you're going to get, success, you'll get rewards.
Did you know how you do some of what you're aiming, you just said there? Because talk's well and good, but in terms of actually, when it comes to the crunch, actually making those changes?
Yeah, somebody said the other day I would probably be a lone voice in politics, but I was speaking to Alan Kermode yesterday, who's standing for Ayr and Michael, and he said he was backing me up 100%. He says, "Don't think you're on your own." He goes, "There's me and plenty of others that are sticking, feel strongly about your comments."
And you actually think if you got in, you could make some of those changes you're talking about? You could change legislation?
Well, you can but try, but I can't do it alone. I need people to stick by me, and then, first of all, you've got to get voted in, and then you got, try and sell your things to the people,
You mentioned the redundancy for anyone and reapply for your jobs immediately for anyone on over £100,000 per year. Do you think such a drastic approach to cuts is viable?
Well, I think we've got to do it. I don't think there's any other way. We've got 62 million to try and find. Where are you going to find that? I think. I said the other day about, you definitely got to go and back to that VAT agreement. That's one area that we've got to go back and try and get a little certain percentage back again.